It is D-Day. 5 cities in Maharashtra are going to polls to decide who will run their city. And up for grabs is control over India's richest civic body, Mumbai's BMC as well. So if you are tired of potholed roads, mounds of garbage, choked drains and infrastructure that never gets built, then this is the only election that should matter to you. So if you have not yet voted, and we know that especially in Mumbai, the voter turnout is abysmally poor, go out, get inked. It is your duty and a responsibility as a citizen. Meanwhile, Magic Bricks Now reporters are getting you ground reports from across Mumbai as people queue up to vote and determine who will run India's richest civic body. We are joined by, like I said, our reporters have been reporting from across the city, and now I'm joined by Richa Sharma. Richa is live from Juhu, where she's standing by with some citizens. Richa, some citizens over there with you. Have they already voted? What are they voting for?
So Kavita, in this Juhu area, I'm standing right outside the Jamnabai school, where I am joined by a few voters as well as a few voters who haven't been able to vote. Let's talk to them and find out what has been their problem. Okay, sir, tell us your name and what has been the problem. Like, why have you been not able to vote?
We are not able to vote because our chit is not there, which, like, as per the ward, every time we vote in Jamnabai, and this time it is not there. We are checking on the apps also, but still not. Even in the whole building, we have not got the small chits which come regularly every time. So because of that, we are unable to vote. We are trying to find out, but there are a lot of rush is there, and it's not possible, I think.
And apart from this, is this the problem with only you or also with your family members and your neighbors?
Yeah, definitely with my family members and all the neighbors.
Okay.
Yes.
So as you heard that a lot of voters here have told us that they haven't been able to vote because their name hasn't been on their list. I'm also joined by a few other voters who have voted, but they are raising issues in this ward, in this area of Juhu area, of what they face on a regular basis. Sir, tell us your name and tell us what are the problems that you face on a daily basis here.
My name is Bhagirath Desai. I stay in this society from last 45 years. The basic problem here is the water logging, security. At times, Juhu beach is not clean. So there are a lot of issues which, I want my corporator to really work on that.
So as he raised the issue of the Juhu beach not being clean, do you face the similar issue as you told?
Of course. See, I don't know whether have you ever been to Juhu beach after Ganpati, or have you been for the 4 months during the monsoon. If you go to the beach during monsoon, you can't even walk. It's full of plastic. You can't even see the sand. That's the reality. And if you see, I am born and brought up in this area, as he says, we both are born and brought up in this area, and we are childhood friends. So we have seen water clogging in monsoon. What do? You go right now, take a snap in your channel, show it to them. All the nallas are full of dust and plastic scrap.
Yeah.
Total plastic scrap. What the government is doing about it? What the local?
Are you expecting a cleanup to happen after this BM? Are you voting for this?
We want to.
We have lost that hope that we should not expect. We have reached to that platform. I don't know whether you are aware in 2005 or 6 when the Bombay flooding was there. We all have, how we have lived our life for 4 days. No help from government, no power supply, nothing in those days. Why?
I stay in the ground floor. I stay in the ground floor.
If you see
on that day, there was 4 feet of water. There was 4 feet of water in my house. Let me say that. Still things are not working. So I would like my corporator, whoever wins, to please work on these issues. That is what we want. We don't want anything else from them. But the only thing, they should work on all these things.
Plus, you just look down where you're standing. See the quality of the road, what is there. Just look down. Just have a look. You can't even make 1 kilometer of road which is good and flat.
Without potholes?
Without potholes. And if you see this road, same road, after the rain, you will see somewhere some catchment is there, here is there. If a car passes by, what will happen?
Richa, if I can just interrupt over there. Richa, if you could just ask the citizens a question for me. Ask them, what did they vote for? When they were voting for a candidate, on what basis did they opt to elect that candidate? Did they choose a candidate on the basis of his politics, her politics, the ideology that they represent, or the work that that particular candidate did for the ward, the performance that they are expecting from that particular candidate? What essentially was the deciding factor there?
Yeah. So my colleague is asking that on what basis have you voted for your candidate? Is it the ideology? Is it the work that they have done, or is it the work that their party has done?
Just a hope somebody will work. She will go for a change as usual. यही चीज करते आए हैं बरसों से, तो यही रिजल्ट मिला है. So let's do something different. We might get some different result. And there are so many the senior citizen, plus there are so many disabled people are there in our society. So it needs to take care of them also, who can't walk, who has some of the other problems. They need to have some atmosphere, some kind of way, so that they feel free to come out of their house without taking any public transport services. But that facility is not there.
What about you, sir? What have you voted for?
I have voted for, because I want to change. I want to change. I have voted for that. And the leadership that I am looking for, I am very hopeful that we can find the change. I am very hopeful.
So have you voted for a party or a candidate?
I have voted for a party. I have voted for a party.
We always vote for a party.
I have voted for a party.
Who has a good vision, who looks forward. We look forward to them. Why? Because we belong to our country. We love to vote. It's our fundamental right to voice our opinion for the subject.
Right, Richa. Thank you. Thank you, Richa, for joining us.